Perfect. Okay, so thank you all for jumping on to our live call. I'm so excited that you guys could make it. So I'll try and make this information, there's a lot to go through, but I'm going to try and make it as quick as I can. So I always like to start with this first slide, which is our team, Team On My Tone. Of course, we have a very large team. We have about 500 coaches on our team. But this picture is actually from our Coach Summit, right there in the middle. We're all dressed up in the 1980s. Coach Summit, something I'll talk about here in a little bit, but it is a yearly event that we all attend just to kind of mingle, network with each other, do workshops, work out with the trainers, which is always very awesome. And then Beachbody also puts on a lot of really cool, awesome parties for us. So this past year, I went to the Coach Summit, and I got to meet some of my team face-to-face for the very first time. A lot of our coaches are kind of spread out all over the States and up in Canada. So the one really cool thing about our team that I think is, you know, there is no one mold on our team. Everybody is different. It's every different age, every different size. There's males and females on our team, which a lot of times you often will find in coaching is that it's female dominated. And I think it's really neat that one of the unique things about our team is that there is several men on our team, which is really neat for any men, obviously, that want to join coaching along with us. But often men like to get involved with their spouses too. Not that it's a requirement, but if that is something that your spouse or partner may be interested in, the really neat thing is that we have a nice variety here on our team. Okay, so let me click over here. All right, so just a little bit about myself. I'll be your host tonight. My name is Danielle Lickteig. Either I have invited you or somebody on our team has invited you to this call. We're very excited for you all to be here. Just to kind of give you a little information about myself, I'm a 5-star diamond coach. I was a 2015 Premier Coach, and we are on a 2015 Elite Top 100 team. Team On My Tone is one of the newest and fastest growing teams in the network. And so I'm really, really excited because I almost changed this slide tonight, but I'm going to leave it like this for now. Our team, our personal team, Team On My Tone, is actually ranked number 50. They're updating us weekly as the year ends of where our ranking goes, but we are ranked number 50 out of 450,000 coaches. So this is something that the team and I have really been pushing for this year. And basically what it tells you is that our team is doing awesome. We're helping a lot of people, and it just kind of shows you that we all click and that our community in Team On My Tone is very strong. All right, so a little bit more about myself. I am a wife to my husband, Chris. Chris is a 8th grade history teacher. He has taught for about 13 years. But he is also a coach himself. So this is something that's kind of rare in Beachbody. I think is really unique and neat about our team is that my husband and I, we do work this business together. So again, if this is something that your partner wants to get involved in, not that they have to, because actually that's kind of a rarity where partners do this business together. But the neat thing is that if that is something that's an interest of yours, on our team, Chris and I do work the business together, and we do mentor a lot of other couples in the business too. I'm a mother of 2, my little girl Reese, who is 4, and my son Cash, who is 3 months old. And then I was a full-time registered dental hygienist turned entrepreneur. So one thing that, you know, a lot of people often will start coaching or they'll start something on the side or a side business anticipating that they want to leave their job or they're not happy with their job or maybe they even want to cut their hours. And for me, I actually started coaching with one goal, and that one goal was to earn a little extra money for vacation. That was it. I was into health and fitness. I found that this would probably be something really fun to do. It was always something I was passionate about. And what I didn't expect was that the progression of this business and my passion for it actually led me into a full-time career. So I started with Beachbody being totally clueless. And I often think it's funny when people say, well, I don't feel like I can coach because I don't really know too much. Well, that was me. I mean, I love to work out. We were learning a lot at that time about, you know, clean eating and eating more organic and more about nutrition. but I didn't know really what programs were Beachbody. I had never done a challenge group before. I didn't know what coaches did. But the only thing that introduced me to it was I had a friend that is also or I should say was also a registered dental hygienist. Her and her husband, who's a pediatric dentist, was coaching together, and they were posting on social media of doing their fitness programs and running these challenge groups. And then I would see her also do posts about paying off credit card debt, and they were going on these amazing trips. And they were working out on these trips with the fitness instructors. And I'm like, what is this that she is doing? So finally one day she had done a post, and the post was that she was going to do a training to train people how to be a coach, how to do what she was doing. And so I thought, you know what? I've sat and watched her do this for about 6 months. I've been intrigued. I've never reached out to her. This is kind of like my sign. This is my time to reach out to her. And I knew if I wanted to try this and I wanted to get into coaching, I needed to be trained. I was really attracted to the ideal of somebody mentoring me and training me on how to do this. So I finally reached out to her, and of course, after a conversation back and forth on social media, of course, on Messenger, and on phone, I decided that night to sign up and be a coach and start the training group. And I actually began my Beachbody journey with my very first program, which was the 21-Day Fix. So here's the funny thing, guys. When I picked my program, I didn't know what Beachbody programs there were. I didn't do a lot of research about it. I seen at the time, 21-Day Fix had just released. Everybody was talking about it. I was like, all right, I guess that's what I'll do. So when I got it in the mail, I opened it up and I realized that it was just about like eating healthy. Well, that was the basis of it. And that's what I seen. And I was like, I already know how to be healthy. Like, I should have chose something else. And my husband's like, well, why don't you send it back and get a different fitness program? And I was like, no, everybody's talking about whatever this 21-Day Fix is. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to share it. I'm going to talk about it as I'm going through this journey. And, we'll see what happens. And so that's what I did for 21 days. When I first began to coach, I shared from start to finish my journey of what I learned. And the funny thing is I was this kind of know-it-all person at that time that thought I already knew everything, and I didn't. This program taught me so much about portions, clean eating, really what my diet and my family's diet was supposed to look like. And it educated me. And so it was exciting to be learning and getting results that I had never got before. I didn't go into this wanting to lose weight. I was happy with my body image. I didn't, have any kind of certain goal, but just that I wanted to complete these 21 days and share with people about this program, because how can I help people through a program that I hadn't done myself? But what ended up happening was I got some really great results, fell in love with the program, was doing a challenge group, loved the challenge group. I got the accountability not only from my coach, but I got accountability from the other the other challengers that were doing the group. They were so motivating and encouraging. We were posting about our struggles, how our day went that day. And it really began my love for coaching and clean eating and challenge groups. And I knew from just that start that this was something for me, and this was something that I could be passionate about. So when that happened and I got my own transformation, I began to really start sharing about what I had learned with clean eating. And I started talking to family members about it. And so if you guys see that picture over on the right side, towards the left, that is my husband's Aunt Mary. And she is still a challenger in our group, and it's been 2 years, but within the first year of my coaching career, she lost 100 pounds. So just by me sitting and starting to share with people what I was doing, I never felt like I was ever selling anything, but just really talking about it, I got her on board and I helped her to lose 100 pounds. And so if coaching never ended up doing anything for me, that was one thing that I find to be one of the most rewarding parts about this. So my success happened within 18 months. And when I mean that, I actually left my full-time career as a dental hygienist within 18 months. After 12 months, I had cut my hours. I went from being a full-time hygienist to cutting it down to 3 days, then to 2 days, and then discussing with my husband that my time was better spent at home building my business, because at that point I had matched my income. So at 18 months, I had decided to go ahead and leave my career as a hygienist and be a full-time coach. So this is not something that happens overnight. You definitely have to be determined, disciplined, and coachable. That is one of the most important things when it comes to this, is being coachable. So like I had mentioned earlier, I was very attracted to my coach saying that she was going to have a training group. She was going to mentor and help me through this, because I knew if I had the support and I had the help, that I could really make a go at this. And I became this big thinker. I learned how to think outside of the box. And that's what really helped me push through my success and really see the big picture and what the coaching opportunity had to offer. I had no network marketing experience or social media experience. I had never done anything selling any kind of makeup or any kind of facial creams or candles or whatever else they had out there. I wasn't really attracted to that. I never really felt like that was for me, but I was very attracted to Beachbody because they offered something that I was very passionate about, which was health and fitness. And they offered it by doing the right thing, exercising and eating right, and teaching people how to do it. And so that's kind of how I got started with this. All right, so let's kind of talk about what is Beachbody exactly. Our mission is to help people achieve healthy and fulfilling lives. It was founded in 1998 by John Condon and Carl Deichler. It was a direct marketing company that wanted to come up with a direct, effective solution to weight loss. So you guys are going to hear this a lot once you join the team. There's two parts of Beachbody. There's beachbody.com, which is the infomercials, what you guys see on TV, and then there's Team Beachbody. Team Beachbody is the network of coaches, and that is us. So beachbody.com was what was first came about whenever Beachbody had got started. And with that, that's when they did the infomercials, and then they had started up these message boards. And from the message boards, people were getting on there that were purchasing their programs from beachbody.com, and they were helping each other. They were offering this peer-on-peer support. They were, giving each other ideals, encouraging each other, motivating each other, talking about specific eating plans that they may be doing, and giving each other advice. And what was happening was that people were receiving better results, and they were completing their programs. And so automatically, John and Carl, it was kind of like that aha moment for them that they needed to start the network of coaches. They needed to have people offering peer-on-peer support in order for people to get better results and to complete these programs and to be a successful company. So the network of coaches have been around for about 8 years, and that's how it really came about. Beachbody is one of the #1 in at-home fitness programs. So you guys may be familiar with P90X, Insanity, Body Boost, Turbo Fire, Hip Hop Abs, PiO, 21-Day Fix, Hammer and Chisel. I literally could really go on forever. Core de Force is one that I just currently completed myself, but they're constantly coming out with new fitness programs, and we are the #1 in home fitness. I'm pretty sure most everybody, if you hear the word P90X or you hear Insanity, you're going to know or heard of a Beachbody program. And the funny thing is when I say I didn't know anything about the programs, I didn't know P90X was connected to Beachbody or Insanity. I didn't know the full history of it all. I just had heard or known of those programs, and that was it. They're also the creators of Shakeology. So I often like to bring up Shakeology on these webinars because when I first decided to be a coach, I was very hesitant because we were learning about being organic, and I knew my husband was supplementing with his shakes that he had bought at GNC, and I read the ingredients, and I was very, I was like, I couldn't believe you're taking these. We're trying to eat clean. We're trying to be organic. Like, this is filled with chemicals and fillers. Like, I just refused to supplement because there were so many scary products out there that I couldn't stand behind. I couldn't use them. And so I automatically kind of put Shakeology in that same category. And it wasn't until I got to talking to my coach and kind of told her, hey, I don't think I'm going to do the Shakeology, that she really started to explain to me and encourage me to do my own research. And so I did. And when I did my own research, I found out that Shakeology was actually a very clean product. It didn't have any chemicals or fillers. It didn't contain any soy. It didn't have anything artificial in it. It was a true whole food shake. So when I found that out, I finally realized this is something that I can stand behind. And it was kind of my answer to somebody who never supplemented with anything. It was my answer of, that nutrition that I needed, that I missed every day because I was so fearful of trying anything else out there. So I always like to bring that up because I was very hesitant until I did my own research. So I always encourage everybody to do their own research with Shakeology. It's something that we've even consulted with our pediatrician. It's something my little girl takes as her daily vitamin. And I always tell everybody that asks me, can kids take it, consult with your pediatrician, but mine did give me the okay. So it is something that we use together as a family. So we have fitness programs for all fitness abilities. We now have fitness plus nutrition plus support equals success. So this is something that you're often not going to find in other fitness companies. You may find that fitness aspect by itself. You may find the nutrition aspect by itself. You may even find those paired together. Very rarely are you also going to find all three of these. And really, guys, in order for people to get results, what I have learned is that you really need all three components. And support is one of the biggest ones. Just like I said, when they were doing the message boards, they were seeing that people were getting better results. They were completing their programs because they were having somebody else there to inspire and encourage them and to motivate them to keep going. So Beachbody is an MLM, or a network marketing, which means that you do earn through direct and team sales. All right, so one thing that I always like to bring up, because this is one of the questions I asked my coach when I first signed up, is this some kind of pyramid? And one of the things she asked me was, well, what do you think a pyramid is? And I was like, well, I guess you just sign up a bunch of people, right? And that's how you make money. And she was like, no. She goes, she asked me what a pyramid was, because I think she kind of anticipated that was going to be my answer. So this is something I often ask people whenever they ask me about, is this some kind of pyramid? And a pyramid is actually where there is no transaction of products or goods. It's all about, you sign up this person and the person at the top makes all the money. And so I love having this diagram here because I'm going to explain how our Beachbody structure works. For one thing, we have products, we have fitness programs, we have customers, we have challenge groups. When I first started coaching, I didn't even have a team for months. The only thing I did was I ran challenge groups, and I earned my commission, and my income was from the sales that I made from the products that people were purchasing and people were joining in on the challenge group. So that is how I earned my living at first. And so I wanted to kind of go over these two structures. So I've mentioned to you guys before, I was a registered dental hygienist. I have the dental office structure here on the right, and I have a Beachbody business structure on the left. So with a dental office, it's kind of funny when you guys think about a pyramid and the person at the top making the money, you kind of see that in an everyday business structure. And that's what's unique and really sets Beachbody apart, is that you're not going to see that with us. It's not going to always be that person on the top that's making all the money. So in a dental office, you got your dentist, your associated dentist, you got your hygienist, your office manager, and your assistants. You're never going to see your dental assistant make more than the dentist. Just like you're not going to see the hygienist make more than the dentist, unless they go back to school, get more schooling, become a dentist, or end up working longer hours. It's not going to happen. That person on the top is always going to be that person on the top. With the Beachbody structure, the neat thing is that you control what your income is. No matter where you're placed at in your organization, whether you're on the top or you're on the bottom, it's all due to your efforts. So anytime that somebody's on the top, it's just their geographical placement. It's all going to be how you are working and what type of effort you put into it. So on this left-hand side, you see the person at the very top, it shows they make $100,000 a year. This is just random numbers. And then the person on the bottom can make $1 million a year. And so you may think, well, how does that work? I see it in my own business because I've already surpassed several people that are actually signed up above me. Could they benefit from me? Absolutely. But do they work as hard as I do? Do they put in as much effort into their business? They don't. If I'm putting in a lot of effort into my business and I'm signed up in underneath of these people, but I'm really working my business and I'm growing my team, I'm out there, I'm a business builder coach, then what's going to happen is that my income is going to surpass theirs. Now, if they really started to build their business, yes, I definitely would benefit them. But the fact that they aren't, that person on the top may not be working their business or they may be slowing down, then my income is going to greatly surpass them. So no matter where your placement is in the organization, your effort is what makes your income. It's not your placement. All right, so let me take a drink of water really quick. Okay, so what is a coach? The biggest misconception is that we know it all. And when I started, I knew nothing about computers. I was passionate about learning more about nutrition and clean eating. I did love to work out, but I was not a fitness expert. I'm not a personal trainer, not a nutritionist, and you don't even necessarily have to be at your goal weight. Tons of people, actually, I began coaching with no transformation. And a lot of coaches begin their journey just because they want the accountability and they want to share as they're going through it. And so we have several coaches that even join after their first challenge group because they're so excited about what they had learned and they were ready to share that with other people. So there's countless numbers of people on our team that are still working on their own transformation and they're working on their own journey. And I really think that's your biggest opportunity as a coach. And that's why I'm so excited that when I joined, I started my journey with the 21-day fix and I shared it openly and I was able to show people what I had learned along the way. Sometimes I have people say, well, I want to complete a few rounds or I really want to get my body to where it needs to be before I become a coach. But that's not necessarily what you want to do because I often think people will look at my transformation, and I just posted my transformation tonight. With my journey of coaching, I've been everywhere. I've been from no transformation to getting a transformation to becoming very pregnant to dealing with my postpartum journey and posting about it openly. So I've really shown my ups and downs and talked about it. And so I often think when people see pictures or they see a transformation in me, they see, I have a six-pack or I'm this fit person, but that's not where I started. Everybody starts from the beginning. And the best part about it is sharing it all along the way. And so my business was actually at its highest and at its best during my pregnancy. Because people were so motivated and encouraged by somebody who was pregnant that still was trying to work out, was still trying to eat clean, and was still putting in the effort to be healthy and to cook healthy meals for their family. So I really think that it's important that, to know you don't have to be at your goal weight. It's always nice to actually be on your journey and openly be sharing that with people. So what coaches are, we're just normal people. A lot of us still have full-time jobs. A lot of us are parents. Coaches are everyday people doing extraordinary things. We have our flaws. We make mistakes. We post about our mistakes. I don't know how many times I have people tell me, I'm not 100% with my eating all the time. I don't feel like I could coach until I get it down all the way. And that's, the thing is that people don't relate to that person that is 100% all the time. People relate to people that have flaws, that have mistakes. And so I often openly post about my mistakes or my slip-ups or, even during my 30-day program, I still gave it my all, but I told people, you know, we had events. I went to wine club events where I kind of fell off plan a little bit a couple days, but I still kept going. And that's the most important part, is that even though you have flaws, even though you make mistakes, they want to hear that you keep going. And that's what motivates people, is to see that you're still trying. We're a person who wants to be healthy, a person who wants to succeed in our own health and fitness journey, but also in our coaching business. We're a person who is dedicated to helping others. We're motivated and driven. We're a person who drinks Shakeology and does the workouts every day. So, you know, we are a product of the products. And when I say we do the workouts every day, you know, truthfully, I'm not always hitting my workout every day. And I openly post about when I don't. In my challenge groups, I tell my challengers, hey, I missed my workout today. This is what happened, but I'm going to hit it hard again tomorrow. You know, so we are a product of these products. We show people that what we're doing does work, and that it does make a difference, and it does help us change our family's life too. We lead by example. All right, so this slide is who are coaches. We are all different, but we all have the same, you know, different job titles, but we all have the same mission as coaches, which are to help people. This image is from one of our Success Club trips that we went on this previous year on the cruise, and I just love to collaborate the picture together because you can see everybody has a different job title. There's not one particular person. You do see a lot of dental people on here because I'm a hygienist. I joined a hygienist. Her husband's a pediatric dentist. So we do have a lot of dental people on our team, but really everybody's from every walk of life. It's all of us just having that one mission that we want to help people, we want to change our lives, and we want to help our families too. All right, so next thing that I'm going to go into is kind of the fun parts about coaching, which is running our online fitness and support groups. This is really the foundation of our business and what I do the most of. So if you are in a current challenge group of ours, you're probably pretty familiar with how it works. But if you're not, I am going to go over that in a few slides here. So it's a new journey for all of us challengers, and that's what we do in these groups. We try to motivate and encourage each other. That is our goal. So we often will post pictures of our workouts, either before or after, and we'll talk about it. So you see Rachel over here on the left-hand side. She said, I thought I was going to die, but then it was over. I made it. Yes. And so just being able to hop onto social media, read her post, see her face, that encourages people to say, you know what, she did it today. I'm going to get my butt off this couch and I'm going to get my workout done. On the right-hand side, you see Jack. Jack is actually a very athletic guy. He is a wrestling teacher and, or I should say a wrestling coach, and he is also a teacher. And he had purchased his first program with Beachbody, which was Hammer and Chisel. He went and grabbed his 40-pound weights, started to do the program, got very fatigued, called his fiance in there to bring his 10-pound weight, felt embarrassed, and then he said, you know, this is just part of the journey. And, you know, he posted about that. He was very open and transparent in our groups, and that's what we are. We're a support group. We're there to help each other. Another big thing, especially about our groups, is what I try to encourage. Me being a mom, I always try to encourage family fitness. So anytime that the kids are involved in doing the workouts, maybe they try one of your new recipes, that's our goal. When we do recipes in these challenge groups, we really try to make them family friendly. So often you'll see pictures like this of, you know, the coaches or the challengers working out with their families, really being role models and showing them what it means to be healthy. For our groups, it's not just about weight loss. Yes, you know, we do have the goals for weight loss or the tone up, but really most of us just want to be healthy and we want to be an example for our families. Another thing that we do in our challenge groups is we help each other. And so we offer recipes. Not only do you get recipes from me as your coach, I offer up to usually over 50 different recipes that follow along with portion control, but you're also going to get recipe ideas from the other challengers. And they're going to be talking about how they're meal prepping, kind of giving everybody ideals of what they can be doing through their week. So again, we're just trying to motivate and encourage each other. Now, one thing that I want to mention with these challenge group guys is that when you join us as coaches, you're not expected to run and do your own challenge group. And that was my fear. When I signed up to be a coach, I was like, oh my gosh, I've done a challenge group before. Now I got to run my own challenge group. No, I actually had started my journey with coaching, jumping into my sponsors challenge group. And I invited people to do the challenge group with me. I motivated, I encouraged them, I checked in on them, but my coach actually ran the group. She did the daily post, she did the recipe, she created the group, and that's what it would be like on our team. As your sponsor, we will do the challenge groups for you until, eventually we want to get you to the point within the next 2 to 3 months or whenever you feel comfortable to doing and running your own challenge groups too. And once you do that, we have all the resources. So that's one of the big things on our team is that we have the resources. I have all the daily posts. I have the recipes. We have all the information. You don't have to recreate your own group or recreate anything. I hand you a document with all the information. You modify it as you want. You make the group your own and you have everything. All you got to do is open the group up on Facebook, invite people to join. So that kind of leads me into talking about our next thing that we do as coaches, which is free groups. Free groups are a lot of fun. We're actually getting ready to do one as a team here on December 5th. Typically, I try to do these team-wide. I usually like to do them every quarter, but this past time I did one in November, I did one in December because it's the holidays, and the holidays are rough for people, not only financially, but going to all the holiday parties. So we're offering up free groups for people to join to get an idea of what we have to offer as coaches, where we give them a meal plan, a grocery list, and the recipes. And so it gives people an idea of what a coach does. It shows them what kind of accountability is, and it's typically a group that's ran within 5 to 7 days. So often these members in our free groups will jump on and join into our larger groups that we run once a month, where they're following a fitness program and doing the portion control and following Shakeology. And again, with the free groups, we have all the resources. Now, we run them as a team. So the one on December 5th, I'm running. The coaches on the team are inviting challengers into them. Again, they're motivating, supporting them, checking in on them, and I'm doing all the daily posts and getting the group together. Now, you do also have the opportunity to run your own free group. We have several free group resources. So we already have the meal plans, the recipes, and the grocery list created for you. It's really awesome. It's not about reinventing the wheel. It's about trying to make coaching as easy on you as possible, because your goal is to focus on yourself, share your journey, invite people to do this along with you, and learn about coaching as you go. So some of the other things that we do as coaches is, of course, we provide motivation. We openly share our health and fitness journey. You can even run fit clubs. So some of the coaches on our team have done fit clubs where you find a location, you bring a computer or DVD or whatever, and you pop in the DVD, you do a fitness program together. Some of them have shared about the portion control. They've even brought in samples for people to try out Shakeology and talked about the challenge groups. But it's just an opportunity to work out as a group together. And then, of course, we lead by example, we rise by lifting others. All right, so how do I share versus sell? So on social media, my goal is really to attract people to what I'm doing by sharing it. One of the things that drive me the most crazy with network marketing companies is these just totally generic stock images of whatever they're selling. I can't stand it. It makes me want to hit unfollow. It's not something that I want to do. It's not something that I train or teach the team to do. What our training will provide you is how do you openly share your journey. And so I've kind of pasted some images here to show you. My big thing as a coach is I'm really into family fitness. I love being a role model for my family. I love being a role model for my 4-year-old little girl. I love involving her in this. And so I will often post a lot about family fitness. I talk about the programs I'm doing. If you guys are following me on social media, I've been doing Core to Force for 30 days. It's been so easy. I share my workouts. I do videos. I go live. I share recipes that we're doing during the portion control. And, I really just talk about what I'm doing, which brings in interest of people wanting to know, what is this Core to Force? So what is this program you're following? My lower image shows you Insanity Max 30, which is one of my soulmate cardio programs that before I was doing Core to Force and pre-pregnancy, I talked about a lot. It's a high intensity program. And so I would often talk about that, and people would reach out to me and message me and say, hey, I've been thinking about getting this program. Can you tell me a little more about it? And then on the right-hand side, you'll see that I show, I don't show this as much as I used to, but I do occasionally bring out my containers. I'm to the point where with my containers, I know what my portions look like. Sometimes I do still measure them out, but after 2 years of following this program, I pretty much got it down. But I still try to bring the containers out just to show people on social media how the containers work. Often people think that you can only have one color-coded container a day, which is so wrong. So I often try to explain that in my posts so people get a better understanding of how the portion control works, and to let them see that they really could do this too. One thing that I didn't mention is you often won't see me posting a lot about things that I don't do. So if there's certain fitness programs that Beachbody offers that I don't do, I don't often get asked about them because I don't post about them. So for example, P90X is one of them that I have not done, and I don't often get questions about P90X, but if they do, I can answer them. I just don't, because people are typically interested in whatever program I'm posting or talking about. Okay, so my next slide here is kind of what I call my challenge group callouts. This is something that I usually do once a month before a challenge group, and it's an open call out for people to join me and to let them know, hey, I'm getting ready to do this health and fitness accountability group. Typically, I tell a little story with it of why I'm getting started or what the group will consist of. This one shows you, this is one year I was getting ready to do one after 4th of July. We had been to 4th of July parties. I had ate definitely off of clean eating. I felt bloated. I felt yucky. And I talked about it in the post. And I said, hey, does anybody want to get back on track this summer with me after 4th of July? Who wants to join me? Are you in? And so often I'll do posts like these and get people either commenting or reaching out to me and asking me about a challenge group. I also send personal invites to people. I invite people to do, to get healthy, to learn about clean eating, to get healthy with their families. At first it started with people that were close to me, and now I'm to the point it's with total strangers. All right, so one thing I wanted to talk about is, of course the trips and the rewards is not what this is all about, but is it pretty awesome? Yes, it is. My husband and I love to travel, so this is another reason that we were really attracted to Beachbody, because of course I wanted to begin coaching to maybe earn a little extra money to save up for family vacations. I did not anticipate that Beachbody would be sending me on all the trips that they had. Now, I want to make this clear. They do not just give you vacations. You earn this. You earn these vacations by working your business and helping people reach their health and fitness goals. So one of my first trips with Beachbody was to Vero Beach. It was a leadership retreat that our upline coach gives out every single year. And this is something he opens up to his entire downline. So I earned this my very first year, and I got to meet Autumn Calabrese, which is the 21-day fixed trainer, hammer and chisel, country heat. I mean, it was just an awesome opportunity. She did a cocktail party with us. There was only 20 of us there. She did a private workout with us on the beach. She did a 2-hour Q&A session with us. Totally changed my life. I had only been coaching for 8 months and had earned this trip. Our upline coach had also sent us to New Orleans this past year, so I got to do that leadership retreat with him. And this coming 2017 in February, he's sending us to Vegas. And myself and about 3 of the coaches on our team are looking to be earning this trip. He offers this to his entire downline, and he usually takes anywhere from 10 to 20 people with him. So something really cool, and it's really a fun part to be of. The other thing that Beachbody offers to the entire network is something called Success Club trips. My husband and I have been to Cancun, Mexico in 2015. We did a Caribbean cruise this past year. It says 2,106. It was actually 2016. And then we're headed to Punta Cana in 2017. Again, this is not a trip that they give you, but you do earn this trip. So it is typically an all-inclusive trip. Beachbody does pay for that. You do earn that, again, by working your business and helping people reach their goals. And then the very bottom hand is what I talked about earlier, which is the Nashville Coach Summit. It isn't always in Nashville. It actually changes every 2 years. This previous year, it was in Nashville. And if you look at these pictures, I was very, very pregnant in my blue dress right there. I was 38 weeks pregnant. My doctor said, you really shouldn't be going. I said, they do have good hospitals. I'm not going to miss this. I got to meet some of my team face-to-face for the very first time. I got to participate in the workouts. And then if you see that very middle image, we shut down Main Street and we had 25,000 coaches, every different shape, size, age, all working out together with the top Beachbody trainers. It was just amazing. It's an experience that I think everybody should experience as a coach. It really shows you what the community is and the people that you're surrounding yourself with. And as a new coach, what you'll learn is you can actually earn this ticket for free to the Coach Summit. This year, or I shouldn't say this year, next year, 2017 in July, it's going to be in New Orleans. And I think we have about 20 or more coaches on our team that are going. All right, what can you expect from our team and how are we different? So I often tell people that when you join a Beachbody team, you really should be, digging a little bit deeper and really choosing a team that you connect with, a sponsor you connect with, and really seeing what they have to offer you. With our team, we offer training. We offer a new coach training academy. It runs every 2 weeks. It's a 2-week training. We do a midweek training call where I will either jump on live or I'll do a Zoom call just like this where we review the material for the week. They get an opportunity to ask questions. And at the end of the training, we do a one-on-one call if that coach is ready to do their one-on-one calls so they can ask more questions. And you would do that with your sponsor. If I wasn't your sponsor, you'd be doing that one-on-one call with your sponsor. Then we have a phase 2 coach training, which I run once a month. It's a 1-week training where we dig in a little bit deeper. We talk a little bit more about things as far as like time management and how to work your business within a timely manner, learning more about the products, learning more about Shakeology. So we're just digging a little bit deeper into that phase 2. And then we also have a Superstar Bootcamp Elite training for business builders. It's usually a 6-week training. This is something that's kind of a sporadic training that we offer for our business builders that we run with other of the upline coaches on our team. And then we have general team calls and new coach training calls that I just mentioned earlier. The general team calls, I do a team call typically every Monday. Very rarely do I ever miss a Monday with doing a team call, but that team call is usually me offering some kind of tips or advice. We actually just did a team call last night where we talked about what December was going to look like for us, what challenge groups we were going to offer, when we should be posting our call outs and things like that. And then of course we often talk about social media and social media presence on those team calls. We have a private online coaching group on Facebook. So we have our own little team page where we are able to ask questions. I post, again, tips and advice. I update the coaches on what's going on in the coaching community and our challenge groups. And then we have one-on-one mentorship from your sponsor and the support of their upline. So if I'm not your sponsor and you're joining this call, you will not only have them to connect with, but you'll also have me. And same with me. If you're joining me, you'll also have the support of my coach, Brooke. So you're never going to be alone. So say your coach is unavailable, you're always going to have somebody else to reach out to for help. All right, so often a question that we get, of course, is, okay, how do we make money? 25% of commission from everything purchased that goes through your coach account is what you earn. And then you get a base commission for any challenge packs sold. So challenge packs are all different prices, so it all depends on what the challenge pack cost is as far as what your commission is. And then the next thing, you won't see a lot of these until you start to have growth in your business and in your team, is some of these other bonuses, like your cycle bonus, matching bonus, and quarterly star bonus. This is something that I actually didn't see at first because, like I mentioned earlier, I wasn't growing a team. I was mainly just doing challenge groups and earning my commission from retail sales. And so sometimes we have coaches that join the team and they say, oh, I'm not really interested in building a team. I just want to, motivate, encourage people and have them join in on the challenge groups. And that's fine. You can make a really nice income from that. I actually started off just like that, making a really nice income when I joined into coaching too. But I want to say that, if you want to see substantial growth in your income and you have big goals and maybe you want to cut your hours or you want to leave your job, then where you're going to see those bigger incomes is from building a team. And that's where you're going to see some of these bigger bonuses. So when I decided I wanted to become an Emerald coach, and that's when you start to rank advance, that's when you sign up 2 coaches, that's your first milestone in your business. That's when you start to unlock a bigger compensation plan. That's when you're going to start to see some of these other bonuses. Now, I don't mean that you just sign up people. It's not like I sign up Tom and Sally, and now I'm going to make all this money. That's not how it works. Your goal is going to be to find people just like you that are on the same mission. They want to help people. They want to motivate and be an encourager. They want to support somebody. They want to invite people into the challenge groups, and they are also just like you, selling products and selling challenge packs and doing the same thing that you're doing. And so when they're doing that, that creates a volume, and from that volume is a percent, and that percent is given to you in a cycle bonus. So, that's one of the cool things with coaching is that, of course we're invested into our coaches and we're invested into our team. We want to see, I want to see my team and my coaches succeed as much as I succeed. But, when they have that success is not only great for their business, but it's great for mine too. Because again, like I mentioned earlier, I'm a business builder coach. I'm working my business. So yes, of course, anybody who signs up underneath of me and they're working their business too, it is going to not only benefit them and their business, but it's going to benefit my business too. So the neat thing is that, when you're profitable, when your team is profitable, it also helps you to be profitable. And so, you're kind of working as a team, kind of like your business partners and helping each other with growth. And I think that's one of the really neat things with Beachbody is being able to be invested into your coaches for multiple different reasons, to not only see their success and help them reach this success, but also help maintain success in your own business. We also get a 25% discount on all products. Some coaches on my team join it just for the discount. They love Shakeology. They want to save 25% a month. There is no quota. You can join and be a coach on the team and strictly get a discount if all you want to do is get a discount. You're not going to get any kind of push from me as your sponsor. If you tell me you want to coach, I will meet you in the middle. I will help you to be a success. I will help you learn more about coaching. But if you say, I just want to have a discount right now, that's fine. I will, treat you kind of just like a challenger at that point and let you enjoy getting that 25% off. All right. So how do I create a life by design and set your own hours and intensity? So one thing that coaching, several things I should say, coaching's brought me is, of course, freedom. Freedom to work from my own schedule, to be at home with my family, travel. Beachbody just this past year has sent me on about 5 trips, and these are not work trips. These are trips that are fun, that I enjoy. They're not, my leadership retreat to New Orleans. We just had a great time. It was networking with other coaches, and we went out to dinner. We went out at nighttime and went out dancing and did things. And it's so different from your typical business travel. And it's just fun. And then, of course, the community, being able to surround yourself with people who want more for themselves. They help to lift you up. It's just a positive, uplifting community of people who just want to be healthy and want to be happy. And then, of course, income. Being able to provide financial freedom for my family, being able to be at home with my kids and work a business from home has just been huge. And of course, I want to say it doesn't happen overnight, guys, for sure. And it doesn't happen without having little effort. I have this quote over here on the side. I always like to say, nothing worth having ever comes easy. But if you are someone that really has big goals, our team has the resources. We have the training. But what you have to do is implement it. If you're not implementing and putting things into action, you're not automatically going to see success. That was one thing with me. I was coachable. I implemented things. I put things into action that I learned. I readjusted my business. I failed a couple times. I readjusted and I learned how to do it a different way. So I was not fearful. I mean, I should say I was fearful, but I just put myself out there and I just put things into action and I tried to figure it out. And from that, I started to see results and I started to work harder. I started to be more consistent. I gave up TV at night. After my little girl went to bed at that time, I only had her when she would go to bed at 9 o'clock. I sat down at my computer and I worked my business. When usually I would go lay in bed, watch TV or read a book. So there is some sacrifices that you have to make, but at the end of the day, I'm now home with my kids. And so those sacrifices were very well worth it. When I first got started with this, it was bringing in a little bit additional income for our family. It was paying an extra bill. So if it took me not sitting in bed at night watching TV, being very non-productive, and actually sitting at my computer enjoying what I was doing, because I love talking to people, I love helping people reach their goals, I love health and fitness. So it never felt like a job for me. It was fun. But it definitely does take effort in order to see this type of success, to be able to hit those big goals. All right, so the last thing we're going to talk about, how to get started. Your best option, this is actually how I started, is to sign up with a challenge pack. And a challenge pack is going to be, typically it's a fitness program combined with Shakeology. They do have a few other discounted bundles that you can choose from, but by signing up with a challenge pack, of course, most coaches want to try our fitness programs. So it's a good opportunity to get a discounted a deal on the fitness program and also combined it with Shakeology. So of course, I always encourage everybody to be using Shakeology as a coach, to at least be trying it out, because how can you recommend it? How can you talk about it if you've never tried it before? And that's what my coach told me when I said, I just want to do the fitness program. I don't want to do Shakeology. That was one of the points that she made to me. So I signed up with a challenge pack. What happened was that ended up waiving my coach sign-up fee, which is $39.95. Your other option, you can sign up and just pay the coach fee, which is $39.95. That's like spending $40 and getting nothing in return. I don't recommend that. I do recommend going ahead and signing up with a challenge pack. Now, if you are somebody that previously purchased a challenge pack, you do, there is an online form that you can fill out and still get that $39.95 fee waived if you purchased a challenge pack within this last month. However, I do often tell coaches that it's always a nice opportunity to get another challenge pack, because once you're a coach, you do get that 25% discount, but we're not offered the challenge packs at that point anymore. So it's always nice to get maybe another program that's on the promotional category. And that's often what a lot of the coaches do when they sign up. If you are a military coach, if you are in the military or retired military, or you're a spouse of somebody that's in the military, then there is no sign-up fee, there is no monthly fee. That is waived. So your only obligation as a coach is you do have a monthly fee. If you're not military, you do have a monthly fee of $15.95. That $15.95 is what you pay to start your own business, which is really, really, really rare. To be able to say you pay $15.95 to start, to have your own business. That's what you pay each month. And what that $15.95 covers is basically Beachbody managing your websites, where people go in, they make their purchases, them handling customer service, or them handling packing and shipping. All of our products are products that we we use. I do not have a stack of fitness programs sitting up where I have to mail out to people. Beachbody does all of that for me, thank goodness, because I hate running to the post office. So that's one thing that's a little bit different than what you may find in other network marketing companies. They handle all that for us. All right, so last thing is, in the next 24 hours, what I want you to do is let us know, what did you like best about this presentation? Does Team Beachbody feel like a fit that could help you achieve your goals? And which option appeals more to you, being a coach or a customer? You may tell us, hey, I want to be a customer first before I decide to jump into coaching. I always encourage everybody to go ahead and dive in head first, because that's what I did, but maybe that's not how you feel. So if I didn't invite you to this call, then make sure that you talk to the person that did and you answer those questions for them. So another thing that I want to leave you with is, how long will you watch others do what you want to do? And so I leave with this because I did tell you guys that I sat and watched my coach for about 6 months. And, you know, I didn't reach out to her. She didn't reach out to me. I didn't hit like on her post. I didn't comment on her post. And it wasn't because I was mad or I didn't like her stuff. I just didn't think to do it. And, you know, I always wish that I would have reached out to her, and vice versa. And so that's often why I will ask people or share the coaching opportunity, even if it's to a total stranger, because I wish somebody would have done that to me, because I may have started my journey with coaching a lot earlier than I did, and been able to be home with my little girl a lot sooner than I was. When I first started coaching, my little girl was 2. And if you're a mom, you know the struggles of having to take your kids to daycare and you being off at work and letting somebody else watch your kid all day long. It's depressing, but that's what we do as working moms, right? That's what we have to go through, and we adjust and we deal with it. But if you have the opportunity to be able to be home with them, I know if you're like me, you want to take that up. And so I often share the coaching opportunity with people because it's brought me so many blessings. And, you know, to be able to be home with them, to be able to support my family the way I've been able to, even if it's just to bring in a little additional income. Maybe your goal isn't to leave your job. My goal actually was not to leave my job. To cut my hours sounded cool, but I loved my career as a hygienist. I was starting this kind of as a hobby. I didn't anticipate what I was going to do, but when I seen the big picture and realized I could be home with my kids, I started working and being a little more consistent with my business. And, you know, I often tell people, even if your goal isn't to leave your job or really make a big, huge go at this or with income, maybe it's to help one person. And so I mentioned my husband's Aunt Mary earlier, and have helped her lose 100 pounds. One of my close friends that I used to work with, she was 23 when she started one of the fitness programs with me, started clean eating, started Shakeology, 23 years old. Not happy with herself and not happy with the way she looked. And so I said, hey, this is what I'm doing. I don't really know this. She was literally my first challenger. I was like, I don't really know what I'm doing, but it sounds like fun. Do you want to do this with me? She said, yes. And she started her first program and she lost over 100 pounds too. She looks like a totally different person. And to be able to help people do that, and it doesn't have to be 100 pounds. Maybe you help somebody lose 5 pounds. Maybe you help somebody get off medication. Maybe you help somebody feel better about themselves. Maybe you help someone teach their family how to eat healthy. Whatever your motivation is for a coach, you know, I often say, you know, how long are you going to sit and watch somebody else do what you want to do? If you want to be part of a bigger mission, if you want to be able to come home with your family, I really want you to consider the coaching opportunity and what it could have to offer you. All right, so let me stop sharing here, and I'm actually, well, I'll keep the recording going. Okay, do you guys have any questions? Do you all know how to unmute yourself? Hey, Mary. Mary's in my challenge group. Aren't our challenges fun? Oh, you went dark. Yeah. And I think, Mary, you started doing you did a free group and then you ended up doing a challenge group, right? Is that how that's what I was thinking. Yeah. So, not often does everybody get to start coaching with doing a challenge group first. I actually didn't. And I know, Giselle, I know that you said you and your husband did P90X, right? And you had done Shakeology before, and so you're kind of familiar with Beachbody. So I always think it's neat to see where everybody kind of comes from. And some people have no idea of what Beachbody is at all. They just kind of watch me and think, oh, that looks cool. But yeah, do you guys have any questions? Sorry, I'm kind of rambling. I've talked too much. Melissa, can you hear me? I know you're on here. I think sometimes when people are on by phone, it has them muted. All right, guys. Well, if you all don't have any questions, I'm going to get off of here. And let me hit stop.